the Church of Scientology is so afraid of.
This is SPTV.
Hi guys, welcome back to SPTV. We're going to have another episode of What is the Church of Scientology so afraid of? And in this episode, you guys, we're going to review another video and we're going to react to another video. Okay? So without further ado, let's react to this John Travolta video. This one is from CBS News, you guys, and the headline is John Travolta breaks silence on Scientology, going clear documentary. And just to contextualize for you guys, fun fact, one of the reasons that Scientology actually declared me a suppressive person, fun fact, is because when this film came out, Going Clear, this guy that I was dating invited me to go see it at the ArcLight, and I was really scared at the time. I was like, "Oh, you don't know these people. Like, they're gonna be having someone there to check out the door." And he ended up convincing me that, "Oh no, it's gonna be fine. Like, you're just being paranoid. It's probably like your PTSD." So, long story short, we ended up going to ArcLight to watch this film. And shortly after, I was definitely called in to Scientology because I had been spotted at ArcLight watching this film. And, you know, it does take a while to kind of recover from the betrayal blindness that was imposed. So that was just a little context for you guys to know what my trajectory with this movie is. So let's see what John Travolta wants to break silence about. Let's check it out.
And John Travolta has broken his silence on Scientology. It's just over a week after that HBO documentary Going Clear came out. It accused the church of blackmailing Travolta to keep him from leaving. Now, the
So yeah, 8 years ago, you guys, this was a while ago. I mean, as you've seen from my Debbie Cook videos, it's been like over a decade since the news was covering her information that came out literally a decade ago. And then this documentary 8 years ago, Travolta defends Scientology after HBO documentary. Oops, sometimes I'm dyslexic, you guys, but you guys knew I grew up in a cult too. So, okay, let's see what it says.
Documentary renewed scrutiny of the church. Critics have called for stars like Travolta and Tom Cruise to come forward and speak out against Scientology. So he spoke with the Tampa Bay Times. Travolta.
You know what, guys? And shout out to CBS News. You know, we're so sick and tired of being played by this corporate media. You know, I don't think anybody's out there asking for John Travolta to be, what did you say? Like, speak out. Like, you always try to purport that we're trying to instigate some sort of conflict. We're not asking anyone to come up and fight about anything. We're asking people to come forward with the facts. The facts is what's needed in order to make a change. Conflict and this like war that the media keeps pitching we're in, it's a false war. It's a false conflict. No one wants to war with nobody. But, you know, on and on and on, we see in these little segments they do, it's always pitching the war, the conflict, and there's no conflict. We just need the facts exposed. We need people to come forward with receipts of what was done, who did it, when it was done. There's no need for all of this salacious gossip mongering that the corporate media seems to be, quite frankly, obsessed with. And again, it's like, if it wasn't because there were a ton of kids behind this, then this reaction, I wouldn't even waste my time.
Travolta says he hasn't seen the film. He doesn't care to. He said, quote, I haven't experienced anything that the hearsay has claimed. So why?
I haven't experienced anything that the hearsay has claimed. So why would I communicate something that wasn't true for me? Well, shout out to you, John Travolta, that, something that wasn't true for you. So when I was given your personal trainer to be his co-audit supervisor on the second floor of the Coachman building, remember that personal trainer that you brought around, took me to the mall, what was it called? The Tampa Bay Mall, that big international mall or whatever. And yeah, he came to Clearwater with you because he was training you for the movie. You were staying there. And this is when Kelly was doing OT6, getting onto OT7. We had a little party there. And yeah, I was pretty young back there. But I was like, what was it called? A Sea Org member? Sea Org member, right. So it just, for you, you didn't experience the slavery. That was something that's not true for you. So when you frequented that hotel and you saw me in that room and you guys invited me to your room at the Sandcastle on the first floor with Mary Bogating coming around, right? The president's office. Everything was so special. Everybody was clapping and all this stuff was going on. But you know what? What was I doing there, John? And, you can't claim that it wasn't true for you that minors were inside those hotels. Because you know what? If minors are inside hotel rooms, whether you think it's true for you or not, turns out to be irrelevant. So I have no idea who helped you craft this statement to the Tampa Bay Times. Shout out to them too. But you clearly didn't expect any pushback on the statement. And, that's why these little segments are actually turning out to be very beneficial to review them and react to them, right? Because at least since the corporate media, CBS News, doesn't want to push back, doesn't want to ask further questions, just like, hey, what's up? Okay, you want to comment? Cool. Cheers. Bye. Is that it? That's it? That's all you wanted to say? Okay, yeah. We're not going to ask you anything else. So as long as we're playing these little games, pretending that they're doing a job and go get your ad dollars, right? As long as that happens, like nothing's going to change you guys, literally.
Why would I communicate something that wasn't true for me? It wouldn't make sense, nor would it for Tom. He's talking about Tom Cruise, I imagine. And
Well, thank you, Travolta. I wonder if you got in trouble for speaking for Tom. Did you have permission to be speaking about Tom? Or did you get sent to ethics for having brought up his name? Because you know what? It's not good that you are imagining that for Tom, another one that has literally been found out to be having a whole bunch of these Sea Org members, religious volunteers, as pitched by attorney Monique Yingling. A lot of those have been turning out doing all manner of renovations, all manner of, what was it, airplane renovation? Like, what the hell is going on? Seriously, like literally, what in the hell is going on? Like, how is it that all these reports are out there on the internet, on the public record is what it's called, right? When you really think about it, it's just like Google, GTS, boom, 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 GTS. Can you tell me what's going on? Can you tell me what's out there? That's all it would have taken for you guys to kind of like start coming to reality. But I don't know. I think you should have gone to ethics for involving Tom in your statement.
he goes on to
Charlie.
call the documentary a product of people who were disgruntled with their experiences and says the church has been nothing but brilliant for me.
Nothing but brilliant for him, you guys. So, I mean, this is where you just go, you know what? I don't even need to comment because what is it? The words speak literally for themselves, you guys. For this man, it has nothing been but a brilliant journey. I mean, a la Debbie Cook, you know, she was having a jolly old time at that hotel too, John. She was just having a blast. You know, just she was just pissed that Dave was hanging around her. You know, she wasn't used to that. For so many years, she just was utterly unhinged. No one could do anything. I mean, you remember that, right? When she was doing graduation every week and she was just like, I'm Debbie Cook, the captain, the captain, the captain. I mean, don't get me wrong. They've had a few of his proteges always circling around her, making sure she was kept in check. But, you know, as Debbie Cook likes to say, she knew everything that was going on inside there. So I'm sure that Debbie helped to make sure that your stay at the Sandcastle Hotel was just brilliant. And, you know, maybe you can write up another statement to maybe the Tampa Bay Times or, you know, just email it to us. I mean, you know, the corporate media might not want to hear from you or, you know, they might want to, but either way, just, you know, why don't you just answer? Like, what the hell is going on and why is it so brilliant for you? We would love to know what's so brilliant about it, to be honest.
I've been so happy with my Scientology experience in the past 40 years, he says, that I really don't have anything to say that would shed light on a documentary so decidedly negative.
On a documentary so decidedly negative. Well, you know, I guess we have to push back on that a little bit, John, because if you're going to say that the documentary was decidedly negative, you're going to have to explain why in the hell you would say that, first of all. And then also, like, if you really watch that documentary, it was groundbreaking. I agree with you. It broke ground on the conversation. I agree with you. But you know what? It was not. It wasn't that decidedly negative, John. Because you know what was really not covered that much? Even though it broke ground, shout out to HBO for breaking some ground. Alex Gibney, Lawrence Wright. But you know what has not been covered? The children's stories. See, if you don't have that context, then you can't really say it was that negative, John. If you add the kid context to the equation, it goes from 0 to 100 real quick, right? So, you know, these little statements you guys have been crafting are not aging well. And, you know, we couldn't really understand how much of this is literally on the public record. So the fact that nothing has changed in the year 2023 is quite telling of the full-blown collusion and corruption that y'all seem to be, you know, having a jolly old time with nothing negative to say at all in 40 years. Interesting. Let's continue. We're almost done.
He even says, were it not for Scientology during the death of his son, he, quote, wouldn't have made it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting. Well, you guys, I had to take a break because I wasn't expecting that ending. And after some consideration, I decided I'm going to end that without a comment. because, yeah. John, I think that you shouldn't even bring your son's name out of respect for him into this. Don't feed it to the press. You don't need to do that. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, you guys, there you got it. Thank you for watching until the end, like Aaron says. Thank you for caring about these issues as we continue to expand this conversation and fill in some of the gaps. I really want to thank everyone who has been reaching out in the comments and our DMs. So we're answering a lot of questions and connecting with a lot of people. And we couldn't be more happy that we're able to be in a position of service and able to change, because nothing changes if nothing changes. So we decided to start changing some things so that things start to change. And, we couldn't be more grateful. So thank you very much. I hope everybody has a great evening, and I will talk to you soon.